Hello, this is my Unit 1 industry research for typography. Um, let's dive in. I chose Oswald Bruce Cooper, who was also known by Oz Cooper by people that were close to him. He was born April 13th, 1879, and he died December 17th, 1940. He left high school at 17, and he went to work at a print shop. Um, he also studied illustration at Frank Holmes School of Illustration. Um, he realized he wasn't a really good drawer, but he was a really good letterer. He later moved to Chicago to attend the college in person. Um, like I said, he did so well in lettering that he actually became the director of the college there as well. He worked with Packard Motor Car Company and Anheuser-Busch are two of his big companies that he worked with. This is his font, the Cooper Black, which is he was most known for. Um, and here's an ad featuring it with for Burger King. I actually really like this style. Has a really nice aesthetic to it. Very old timey. Um, yeah. The Cooper Black, dominant typeface, bold Roman. Um, you could tell it really captures the attention. Um, I like the way this kind of bubbles and has a 3D effect here. Uh, yeah. My next up is Paul Renner, August 9th, 1878, and he died April 25th, 1956. He was born in Germany. He grew up in Germany and attended a gymnasium. Um, when I first read that, I was like, oh, this guy just went to the gym all the time. No, gymnasium in Germany is a lot like a preparatory school here. In 1926, he became head of the printing trade school. He was a prominent member of the Deutscher Werkbund, uh, German Association of Craftsmen, including artists and designers. So kind of like I guess what we would have like a trade trade area or a job corps, I guess is what it's called. Um, he opposed the Nazi Party and was arrested and labeled an intellectual subversive, a cultural Bolshevik, which is actually a book that he wrote, and that was the title was Cultural Bolshevik, that strongly opposed the Nazi Party and culture. He designed the Futura typeface, which became one of the most successful types of the 20th century and is still used to this day. Um, This is what was on the moon. This is using his future type. I am a huge fan of space and exploring. I actually met an astronaut when I was working at Jared's. Forget his name. He was supposed to give me an autograph, but he gave it to my manager instead. So that was kind of disappointing. Here's another illustration with the Futura type. I really like this aesthetic too. This kind of negative, um, and the bright red. Supreme uses this bright red to really capture your attention. This is one of the books he put out. The translation, I believe, is Order and Harmony of Color. Last up is John Baskerville. If you look at his face, this is the face of somebody who is, contemplating doing something crazy, is what I think. Um, he was born January 28th, 1707, and he died January 8th, 20 days before his birthday in 1775. He established an early career teaching handwriting and cutting gravestones. Um, One of his gravestones is actually on display in the Birmingham Library, I believe. He worked 3 years on an edition of Virgil. He worked with John Whitman to create a smoother and wider paper to show off his strong black type. The way he was having to handwrite, he really needed like a smoother paper than what they had out. So they created a better printing paper. He was also appointed printer at the Cambridge, where he created the Folio Bible. That's one of his big accomplishments. He also has his Baskerville font, which is right here. Um, Not too much of a fan of it. It's kind of I don't know. I like I like the simplicity of it. I'm not a big fan of the swirls, but this is his edition of Virgil, Baskerville's first book, 1757. This is all handwritten here. And then this is the Bible that he made while in Cambridge. Um, and it looks like an old Bible. I believe I saw this selling for like $1,300. That's pretty impressive. All this was printed, uh, and yeah, I think it's pretty awesome.